Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to this high five video. This is a high five video for the coolest wrestling t-shirts of all time, and the reason that we're doing this is because something amazing happened the other day. I couldn't believe it, but a young lady wore a wrestling t-shirt, and I gotta be honest, the internet just exploded. Kendall Jenner went out, right, in a Wolfpack NWO shirt, and I gotta be honest, it is a very cool shirt, right? But everyone freaked out over it, right? I don't really understand, because I've wore wrestling t-shirts before and no one seemed to care, but they all freaked out when she did. So I was thinking to myself, well, I'd like to help her. You know, maybe she has now started exploring the world of wrestling t-shirts and maybe I can be of service. So I thought we would do this high five video of the coolest wrestling t-shirts. Now, Kendall Jenner is not the only young lady to model wrestling t-shirts. A certain Stephanie McMahon has as well. Check these pictures out. This is Steph when she was younger, in her first job at WWE, modelling some of the merchandise for magazines. How cool is that? The Rockers and a British Bulldog one as well. Matilda, very, very cool. But anyway, let's just talk about a couple of the shirts that have missed out on the high five. And man, these are absolutely iconic. But, well, the first one is the Macho Man shirt, right? This is purple, and it's got the shades. It says Macho Man. It's got a picture of Macho Man in those shades. The only reason I didn't include this is because it's purple, and you're kind of a little limited as to when you can wear it. I mean, for me, this is very much like a summer shirt. For, you know, those of you out there that really care about fashion. This isn't something I would maybe wear in the winter months. I think it might go quite nice with a nice scarf or something along those lines. I'm joking, of course, I know nothing about fashion. Yeah, that's why it missed out on this, but it is beyond iconic and it is still a very cool wrestling shirt. Another one very similar is the Hulkamania shirt, the red text on the yellow top, and I mean, this just is wrestling. You know, you want to talk about 80s wrestling, you need to talk about Hulk Hogan, you need to talk about Hulkamania, you need to talk about this shirt. You know, he used to come to the ring, rip it off. You know, it's just, it is wrestling, but again, it's very bright. It's not the kind of thing that you can really wear just walking down the street, or certainly I couldn't. But I'm pretty sure that, you know, a young lady could, you know, is into fashion and whatnot. I think it's still fashionable. I don't know. The other one that missed out as well is Degeneration X. Now, I know I'll get a lot of hate for this, but it's very new metal. The logo is very new metal, and we've got two words for you, suck it, written on the back, and I don't know. I don't think it's aged very well. I don't think new metal has aged very well, and so as a result, I'm putting it to one side. It doesn't make my high five. But let's talk about what does, and well done, Kendall Jenner, because my number 5 is the NWO. Now, she was wearing a Wolfpack variation of it, which was basically the same but in red. I think the most iconic one is the white on black. And everyone had that shirt in the 90s. It is one of the coolest factions. This is a WCW shirt, not WWE, as some of you might be under the impression that it is. They did come into the WWE after WCW kind of finished in the early 2000s, but it wasn't the same. This very much is a 90s shirt. And it is very cool. I would personally go for the white on black, but I think the red on black is just as epic. At number 4, Hot Rod, Rowdy Roddy Piper. This thing is awesome. You know, it's white, it's got the cool text on it, it's got the different colour around the collar, around the sleeves, and it just is Rowdy Roddy Piper. This shirt works because it's very simple, but it's got personality, and it's no nonsense, just like the man himself. And Rowdy Roddy Piper is one of the coolest wrestlers of all time, so anything associated with Hot Rod is gonna be all right in my books. At number 3, how about a shirt based on one of the greatest promos of all time? Austin 316. Now, Stone Cold had just won King of the Ring, and he'd just beaten Jake the Snake Roberts. Jake the Snake was a born-again Christian who was flicking through the Bible and taking solace and comfort from a lot of the kind of gospels that were in there. And Stone Cold came out with the awesome line, Austin 316 says, I just kicked your ass. As a result of that, there were signs and the t-shirt just went mental. Everybody in the late 90s had an Austin 316 shirt. Even if you weren't a wrestling fan, you had one. You probably didn't know you had one, but you had one. It was in your wardrobe. Get over it. That brings us to the top 2, and I love both of these shirts. This next one for me at number 2 is probably the most attractive shirt. I just think it looks amazing. It is almost the best in the world. It is CM Punk. It is the white shirt with the hand grabbing the lightning, and for me that just sums up CM Punk. He lived for the moment. You know, he grabbed the lightning. Sometimes he got burnt by that lightning, but you know, sometimes it created some of the greatest moments in wrestling history. And you know, he is a very polarizing character, but he is also a very interesting character. He is also a very cool character, and this t-shirt in particular sums up him. So what is number 1 if it's not going to be the NWO, Degeneration X, Hulkamania, Austin 316? What's left? Well, I can tell you that this shirt is not an 80s shirt. It is not a 90s shirt. It's not even a 2000s shirt. It is not even a WWE shirt. It is a New Japan Pro Wrestling shirt. It is also a Ring of Honor shirt, kind of. And this is a shirt for one of the greatest modern day factions, and in my opinion, one of the best ever wrestling factions. Wrestlers that have come through this group include AJ Styles, Finn Balor, Gallows and Anderson, Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, Adam Cole, and I am, of course, talking about Bullet Club. This Bullet Club shirt is just absolutely awesome. It makes lots of statements at the same time. It's very simple, but it's complex as well. And the reason I say it's complex is because it's got that kind of military feel to it. You know, it's called Bullet Club for starters, but it's got kind of a very rebellious feel to it. It kind of feels kind of like South African militia kind of vibe, which maybe I'm reading a little bit too much into it. I'm not sure where the influences actually came from, but that's certainly the vibe that I get from it. But not only that, even as like wrestling fans, you know, if you have got a Bullet Club t-shirt, you are very much making a statement that you know what is going on in the world of wrestling. You know, to the point where you don't just watch TNA, WWE, and you don't just take what's being fed to you that way. You know, you look out at the wider picture and you appreciate proper wrestling. You appreciate the likes of AJ Styles, Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, and you know about this whole world that's happening outside of WWE. That Bullet Club shirt says a lot, and as a result, WWE took notice, and then that's why you started getting things like Balor Club and The Club and all these awful spin-offs of the original, which was and remains Bullet Club. Awesome, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. I'd love to know your thoughts. What do you think is the coolest wrestling t-shirt of all time? Put it in the comments below. Help Kendall Jenner out, because she'll be down, you know, going through, desperately trying to find more inspiration for the next time that she steps outside her front door and breaks the internet. So help her out, would you? Awesome, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. If you like the video, please give it a like. Hit the subscribe if you haven't already. And hopefully, I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.